I do not understand the point of owning a home. Not only do you have to pay an outrageous amount of money for a down payment on the house, but everything that breaks.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about this topic that is reshaping the American dream, home ownership. For decades, owning a home was considered the pinnacle of success and stability in the United States. It was a dream you worked toward, a nice house. So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my true sense.
I do not understand the point of owning a home. Not only do you have to pay an outrageous amount of money for a down payment on the house, but everything that breaks is then your responsibility to fix it. I don't have to bring my trash cans to the end of the street on trash night. All of my neighbors are super close, so I could just walk from apartment to apartment and meet friends easier. Anything that comes up, literally anything, I walk across the street to my leasing office, bang on their door and say, hey, I need this fixed. Now, I don't have to pay anybody for it. You're telling me if I have a house, I have to call somebody in special to come and fix something, and then I have to pay them extra money to do it? I don't really think I'm interested in that. I don't want to mow my lawn, and I don't want to shovel snow in the winter. I just don't get the point of having a.
I was 29 years old when I first purchased my house in LA County in California. And man, I tell you, owning a home is literally a scam. In America is that you never actually own your house. You never actually own your house. I'm telling you, because on top of everything, you have to pay like over $10,000 a year just on property taxes. And when you don't, guess who's going to be at your door? Mr. Uncle Sam himself. And these are types of things that I was never aware about because, I mean, I was young when I first bought my house, so I didn't know better. But there's just so much added up. The maintenance, I tell you, that is a lot of work to do. So if you're buying a house, it's not just like paying off your house. There's other expenses involved. Having a tenant doesn't guarantee that your mortgage is always going to be paid, because imagine your tenant loses their job. Who's going to pay their rent? The mortgage, I mean. It's going to be you. It's going to come out of your freaking pocket. And you can't always rely on other people to pay your mortgage for you. At least in the state of California. I don't know anywhere else, like correct me if I'm wrong, but in California, the tenants have rights and the burden of responsibility falls on the homeowner. So there's that. Also, fire department just showed up at my house yesterday and they were like, hey, it's going to be fire season. You have to cut off all your trees, do all your yard work. And I'm like, dude, is the state going to pay for that? Because I have to find someone and pay thousands of dollars for this now. And it's like, it never ends. There's always money after money after money. And if shit screws up, the burden of responsibility falls on you as the homeowner. So there's that. I mean, I would buy a house if there's multi-income, if you're going to be a multi-income household and you guys, all the people involved have stable jobs, then yes. But man, if you're single and you're buying a house, I would definitely reconsider that. So yeah, just.
Can I vent to y'all just real quick? I'm tired of being a homeowner. I am tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of people telling me owning a home is the best investment you could ever have. I do believe that to be true. That don't change the fact that I'm tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of the problems that it come with. I'm tired of all the responsibility, hanging on my shoulders. I miss renting. I feel like I had more freedom with renting. Now, I know when you rent, you're paying month to month and all that money is going down the drain. It's not going towards nothing. It's not investing in nothing. I know that. And I don't care. I thought about it so much. Selling my house and going back to live with my mother. Because why not? I don't have kids. I don't have a man. I don't have any drama that I would bring my mama. And I can pay all her bills. Mind you, my mama still live in the projects and income-based housing. She doesn't pay rent anyway. We'll be over there living like kings and queens. Jesus Christ. I feel like the only thing that I would miss owning my home or, moving back with my mom or just whatever is the privacy. I do not like people all the time. I do not like noise, but when you move in with somebody or any sort of living adjustment, then you have to understand what that comes with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just tired. Not saying that I will go live back with my mama, not saying that I will go back renting, not saying that I'll get a roommate, all those things is an option. I'm just tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of the issues that arise, and I look left and I look right, and the responsibility is still on you. Like, there's just no help. I'm so tired. Owning a home, I don't give a damn. Owning a home is not what it used to be. I used to take pride in owning a home. I want to sell my home bad. Let it be somebody else's problem. And I like my house. Like, when I bought it in 2020, it was newly renovated. I bought it during COVID, and I paid pennies for it. And my mortgage is cheap, and I know I shouldn't complain, honey, but I'm still going to complain because it's mine, and I got to pay for it, and I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do. And I'm just tired of the responsibility, if I can only be honest. I feel like I had less responsibility with renting. Like, if I had one problem, I can call the landlord. I'm calling the maintenance man. I'm calling somebody else to fix the problem. I got a problem now. I can call somebody, but then my phone gonna ring because I gotta fix it.
So you're telling me that if I buy a house 30 years ago at $50,000, but the city develops really well, and now the value of my house is at $2 million, you're telling me that I have to now pay taxes on $2 million, even though I have never seen a dime of that $2 million? I have not sold my house. This is not an investment property. This is where I live, and I chose to live, and I hoped to live for the rest of my life. But now you're telling me that I either have to sell my house or lose my house because I can't afford to pay taxes, and the taxes are probably more than what my mortgage was 30 years ago. You're telling me that if I give this house as an inheritance as a senior to my children and I pass away, they will either have to pay those property taxes for the rest of their lives, or they risk losing the house that I have worked so hard for all this time. Property taxes is a scam. And I understand that it pays for education and it pays for teachers' salaries, but I think we need to find another way because homeowners are losing their homes every single day. If you look in the tax lien website in your state, you're going to see how many people are losing their homes. They probably paid those homes off. They probably have paid the majority of their mortgage, but they can no longer afford to pay taxes. And their mortgages go up. And if they have already paid it, now they have to pay this for the rest of their life. Or they risk losing their home to some investor that is going to buy your house for whatever the tax amount was that you couldn't afford, but they can. We need to start fighting against property taxes. It needs to either be regulated to stop going up as much, or it needs to be stopped altogether. We're paying we're paying enough money for our education. Like, there is a leak somewhere. This is too much. If everybody here owns their home, and you don't have enough money to pay for the teachers' salaries and the education, then
I hate to say it, but I would not advise anyone to buy a home that's about to be built from the year 2025 to the year 2035. We are in a definite catch-22 when it comes to real estate in America, and this problem is not going away. With unaffordability for everything across the board being at all-time highs, there is no way people that bought homes before 2020 are going to sell their homes. And I don't care what interest rates do. You see, yes, in theory, if interest rates come way back down, some people will sell their homes. But keep in mind that if interest rates go down and supply is not drastically increased, it means that the home prices are going to go up. It's just simple supply and demand, guys. And it's the same exact reason why home prices now haven't gone down. Besides for a handful of states in the South which have too much inventory and skyrocketing insurance costs, home prices across the country have actually gone up about 4% this year. Home sales are actually at the lowest level since 1995. And the only reason that's the case is because the demand is not there. The demand is not there because the interest rates are so high and people can't afford shit. So what you're going to see is heavy government incentives for home builders to build homes across the country. That's the only way to increase the supply. This is going to create economic stimulus. It's going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to create economic activity. It's not a bad thing. But what happens when you heavily incentivize home builders? You get quantity over quality. They're going to cut corners like crazy. And they already do it. You can see it. Go on any of the home inspector pages on TikToks, the guys that are inspecting new construction homes. It's all garbage. Shit quality, cutting corners all over the place, and there's a lot more of that coming. Now, if you think you're going to be in the market for one of these newer homes within the next 10 years, what I would advise is that you negotiate in your offer a 5 or 10-year builder's warranty. And you real estate agents should really push your buyers to do that. Don't just push them to buy a house so you can make your commission. Most new construction homes already come with a 1-year builder's warranty, because what could really go wrong in the first year? Push for higher builder's warranties. Protect yourselves. And I'm sorry, but no politician on either side is going to help you. They don't care about it.
I'm a pretty blunt person, so I'm just going to tell you how it is. If you're not handy, don't buy a house. The amount of repairs that you're going to make as a homeowner are going to outweigh any perks there is to home ownership. Does that make sense? Like, so many of you complain about, oh, renting is so expensive. I'm tired of this. I don't want to rent no more. Do you understand that with rent, you make one payment a month? That's it. You just pay the landlord whatever the price is, and they come out and they fix whatever breaks. They come out and replace whatever needs to be replaced. They keep the home updated. They do all that for you. When you own a home and your water heater has to be serviced, you got to call a plumber, come out, $1,000 charge. You start having an issue with your roof where it's leaking, you got to pay a roofer to come out, $2,500, $3,000 minimum charge to come out and look at it. Your HVAC system goes out, you're the one that's got to call an HVAC company to come out and service that for $1,000 minimum or $2,000 minimum. If it's got to be replaced, 10, 15 grand. Like, a lot of the charges outweigh the perks of home ownership. And so many of you are like, oh, no, that doesn't happen very frequently. I bought my house. It was a remodel. It was a 30-year-old townhome. It's 1,100 square feet. When I bought this place, the kitchen had just been redone. The appliances were new. Everything, the water heater. Today, what am I doing? I've got to take apart the water heater. I've got to pull the heating element, take out the anode rods to replace that, because you got to do that every couple of years. I also have to go in there with a scraper and scrape out all the sediment that builds up on the bottom of your water heater that the anode rod does not get. And there are just so many goddamn repairs that you have to make. And if I wasn't handy, I tell you right now, I think I wouldn't have no damn money. And I think that the cost of renting versus homeownership and the perks of homeownership versus the cons of renting don't make sense to a lot of people unless you're handy. Now, if you're handy and you can do all this crap that I do or that I learned to do and fix this and fix that and keep your home running the way that it should be ran, you're probably going to be okay because you can save money on those charges. But all these plumbers, electricians, roofing guys, they want $500,000, $1,000 just to come out. Just to come out. Your windows have to be recaulked every 4 or 5 years because the sun breaks down the caulk and they're not as effective at repelling water without it. So that's got to be resealed every couple of years. And there are just so many damn repairs that you have to make. And I don't think anyone considers that. They just go, I want to buy a home so I can say I own a home. I want to be the guy that owns a home or the girl that owns a home. Don't do that shit. If you're not handy and you don't got oodles and oodles of extra money, I'm talking about if you don't have an extra few $1,000s laying around every couple of months, don't be buying no damn house. You don't need it. Just rent. Just rent. Don't do it.
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my reasons, like what I think about today's video. Okay, more and more Americans, especially Gen Zs, millennials, they don't want to purchase a house anymore. Like, that's their last option to do that. So, like, the idea of owning a home altogether, they have said, in this video, we're going to explore why that is happening, what it means, and whether the traditional concept of success is being replaced by something else. So, let's start with economic affordability. Okay, this is very important. In the past, in a single income could often support an entire family and still leave room for mortgage. Today, many Americans are juggling multiple jobs just to cover rent. Housing prices have gone up while wages have remained the same. In places like California, Texas, and Florida, the cost of buying a starter home has become completely unrealistic for the average person. It's not just that homes are expensive, it's that they're out of reach. People are realizing that even if they save, sacrifice, and work themselves to the bone, home ownership still might not be an option for them. And that's the harsh reality which is forcing people to rethink whether it's even worthy pursuing one. Then there's the crushing burden of student loans debt. Millennials in particular are saddened with this and education related financial strain. How do you put down on 20% deposit on a home when you're still paying off tens or even hundreds of thousands in student loan? The debt to income ratio just doesn't support it. Even when people want to buy homes, banks see the red flags and deny the mortgage. It's not always the matter of people choosing not to buy, it's that the system won't let them buy one. But beyond just money, there's been a culture shift in how younger generation view freedom and mobility. Owning a home used to represent stability, But now that stability can feel more like a trap. You buy a home and you're tied down. You can't just pick up and move to a new city or chase a job opportunity without dealing with the headache of selling. Many young Americans are valuing experiences over assets. They want the flexibility to travel, relocate, or even work remotely from different parts of the world. Renting offers the freedom, home ownership doesn't. Another factor that can't be ignored is how the housing market itself has become more and more like Wall Street for people. Large corporations, private equity firms, and foreign investors have swapped into the market and started buying up single family homes not to live in them but to rent them out at premium prices. This is turning homes into commodities, not dwellings. Everyday Americans are being priced out of their own communities by faceless investments. Firms that treat homes as money making machines. This has led to growing resentment and they say that the game is rigged. Let's also talk about the delusionment with what home ownership actually brings. Once seen as a guaranteed path to building wealthy, many now view home ownership as a liability rather than an asset. The hidden cost of repairs, property taxes, home ownership association fees, maintenance, and insurance add up fast. People are questioning whether sinking in a huge chunk of money into a property that may not even appreciate in value is a reality smart move, especially after witnessing the 2008 housing crash. Many are hesitant to tie up their future in what feels like an unpredictable market. Climate change and extreme weather events are also playing a role. With wildfires, hurricanes, and floods become more common, some regions are simply not safe place to invest in property anymore. Insurance costs are going up every day or disappearing altogether, leaving homeowners exposed. This uncertainty makes renting look more attractive. It's easy to leave a rental than to sell a flood prone house. Okay, and finally, let's not forget mental health and the emotional well-being. The stress of trying to keep up in a competitive house market, the pressure to settle down by a certain age, and the fear of making a huge financial mistake can take a toll. Many are choosing peace of mind over the perceived prestige of ownership. They want to live in a moment, not constantly worrying about interest rate, property value, and the next economic downturn. So Americans who are walking away from home ownership is not just about raising costs, it's about shifting values, economic inequality, and growing sense that system doesn't save the average person anymore. The dream has changed. It's not about owning four walls, it's about freedom, flexibility, and financial sanity. And as long as the barriers to ownership remain the high, more and more people will choose to rent and relocate or redefine what success means to them. Let me know in the comment section, do you think owning a home is still worth it, or has the dream moved on? So we need to know all these things. So we've come across a lot of videos on TikTok where people were coming openly saying that they regret like purchasing a house because now like everything is expensive, starting from taxes. They talk about a lot of things, like everything when it's damaged in the house is supposed it's them paying the homeowners. So like everything is so complicated. And one said, I want to move from this country, but I can't just move because my house is here. So it's very hard for people like to process all these things because they can't just believe it. You're told that owning a home is a success, but at the end of the day you see like this is not it, it's a different thing. Okay, because mostly we are told that when you grow up you go to college, you're supposed to work hard, and after you work hard you're supposed to purchase your house, you have this house, you need a car, all these things. We're told that this is the American dream. Okay, but that's not the way it is at this point. Okay, things have really changed, and Gen Z's and millennials, they're walking up like they're seeing the game just here. They're not thinking like our mothers, our fathers. No, they've seen like, okay, this is not the way we're supposed to live. We are supposed to live in a certain way as human. We need to have this freedom. Everyone wants to live free, and it's not good when you wake up you think about what I'm going to pay next, and when you look at your paycheck you see that when the paycheck is here, all your money is gone. This is why a lot of people are moving out of America. Many people are in Africa, others are going to Asia and all these countries. They've seen, because especially those who are in pension, their money, they can live better in these countries. Okay, they can live better because I've come across certain videos. I'll make a video for you guys why people are leaving America and go to Africa or other parts of the world, because they've seen that their money has value in those countries. They're able to pay a house, because I came across a certain lady who was saying that she moved to New Zealand, something like that. She's able to pay her rent. She's able to buy food. She's able to remain some with some money to do other activities like her hobbies. She has a car. She can drive wherever she wants to drive. She has this freedom. Okay, we all need this freedom to live. We don't have to live with stress like the next day. You're sleeping, you're thinking what is going to happen tomorrow. People don't want to do that anymore. They just, and now people are just giving up, like, okay, I've lived my whole life here, but I'm going to move from this country and go start my new life there. And it's not easy, you know. This is your country, you love it, and you don't have options. They don't give you options. You just decide, okay, I'm going to pack my bags and go. Okay, so a lot of people are going through a lot of shit. You can't even believe it, guys. We can't even believe our eyes. So people are now living in cars, in vans. A single mother has a child living together in a van. People don't have houses because of high rent. Okay, so things are not moving well. I've seen a lot of people coming on TikTok open now. They're saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know. And today, the most video, I saw interesting video where this lady had moved from her place going to the shelter. She has no option. This is where she can live at this point, because how is she going to survive? She can't even pay rent. She doesn't have enough money to even buy food for herself. Like, we are seeing a lot of things so open now. So guys, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching.